Next question is, think back to your Missouri CDL test. What helped you the most in preparing for the pre-trip inspection? And is there any tips and strategies that you can give these guys?
So I know when I was going to school here, I would show up earlier sometimes and just do the pre-trip inspection by myself. I would do it after class or whatever. I would come up here on the weekends and just do the pre-trip inspection. So that, whatever you put into it is what you're gonna get out of it. If you don't put the effort in, you're not gonna get anything out of it. So yeah, I would say the pre-trip inspection is definitely a big part.
So now that's huge. These are things that we talked about before, but if you need a little extra time on that, then it's on you to apply yourself and get it. I think you guys have already have done that, but we got some time to go, right? You can always be tweaking to be better at something. You can always be better at your air brake test. You can always do something. You can be sitting at home doing it. There's multiple things. I got pictures of you. You don't even know I got pictures of you in here. And I was like, look, man, this guy's here early. He got to take care of his family. How the kids, man?
They do.
His kids helping him study. Use everybody, all right? Use everybody. So I like that. The next question, it went to vacuum maneuvers can be tough for new students. What helped you the most with the straight line, the offset, and the parallel back? What was the most that helped you with each one of them?
Leaving the gas pedal on for sure. Just take the foot off the pedal and let it roll. And just don't keep hitting the brake, because I noticed that, especially when I was doing the training on the job with my trainer. Me hitting the brake a lot, that kind of, it made it harder for me to back because I couldn't see what the truck was doing. And when you just let it roll, you can really see what the truck is doing when you turn the wheel. So I would just say, yeah, just practice makes perfect, and take your time with it. Find little things that help you, like looking at the side of the truck, seeing how much you're, like when you turn the wheel, how the truck is angled compared to the trailer, and then looking at the trailer tires and watching the drift on the trailer tires.
This is a statement, but it's also true. He didn't pass his first time, right? And I told you guys that only 30% of the people pass their first time, right? So we want all you guys to pass the first time. And the thing that most people fail is the brake test. That's why we stress the brake test that many times. So you can get by that to get to the back, because driving is just driving. Next question. We don't have any shifting. We didn't have shifting. Now that you're driving full time, how was the skills you learned at MCC, especially back in the pre-trip? In the real world, you at a truck stop, right? You at a truck stop because you overrode. I don't know how far you're going, but you overrode. What are you thinking about when you pulling in that truck stop that you learned from MCC?
Definitely the backing, like the dock backing he was just showing you. That part plays a big role when you are trying to back into a spot in between two trucks. You definitely want to be 10 feet away from them. And you definitely want to use the pull up, angle yourself until you can get into that straight back. That plays a big role. Doing the pre-trip inspection definitely plays a big role. As far as like being in the truck stop, because that's when you have the most time to really look over your truck. You won't have a lot of time when you're on the road. Yeah, so the pre-trip inspection and the backing, that definitely plays a big role at the truck stops.
Now, I'm gonna kind of change gears. Truck stop safety, all right? You only been out there a little bit, but you got to be aware of your surroundings. Does anything weird happen to you, or what are some things you talk about truck? You think about when you pull in that truck stop?
Make sure like you don't walk in between the trailers, because that has been one thing that has almost got me. Was just walking in between the trailers at night. People are leaving at all times of the day. You could be just getting out to use the restroom or whatever. As a man, you can use the restroom anywhere pretty much. Don't do it in between the trailers, because when people pull out, they might not know that you're back there. You might just be waking up to go, and they might not see you in between the trailers.
So you talking about along the side or between the back and the front of
The
trailer?
back.
Back and the front.
The back and the front.
Back front.
Yeah. So even in being along the side, I wouldn't suggest it at all. Just if you can, go into the gas station.
Cool. Next one. Looking back, what type of mindset or habits have helped you succeed to pass your test, and the same ones that you're using as a professional driver now?
Doing the Z-scan. The Z-scan helped me pass my test, especially during the training. I know when you go to take your test, they'll tell you, like, we don't need this, we don't need that. But everything that he's showing you, you're going to need when you go get a job. Especially when they want you to do the pre-trip inspection, because they want you to check everything. The engine block, water, pump, all of it. So they may tell you, you don't need this, you don't need that. In all reality, you do for a job.
If you could share, and I know you've talked about this, is maybe redundant, it's just on the list. If you could share one big tip for each part of the CDL test, for the pre-trip, a tip, for the backing, a tip, and for the driving tip, what would that be? One thing for each phase of the pre-trip.
For the pre-trip, it would be just go in order, the way it shows you when you do the Z-scan. Go in order, that'll save you a lot. Because you might forget something, but if you go in that order every single time, then when you go over it, you'll remember it. As far as backing, I would say take your time with the backing. I would say don't stop a lot. Try to just let the truck move, and as it's moving, back and follow it, or adjust as it's going. Don't try to stop a lot, because if you stop a lot, you're not going to see the way that the truck is moving. As far as driving, keep your distance away from people. Like I said, try to predict what cars are doing, because they will jump in front of you. That's all I got for the driving. Keep your distance and try to predict the cars.
Cool. Now, he was one of the students who was looking early. He knew he was going to pass, and he was looking for a job early, right? He was looking, I'm going to get a job. I got to take care of my family, So, anything you could tell him about how you were looking, because you're by the miles or you're by the hour?
By the mouse.
By the miles, okay. So, George may have explained that. Can you explain that a little different? Or can you explain your version and why you went by the miles instead of by the hour?
So when you're looking for a job and whatnot, a lot of places are going to tell you that you need a year of experience. In order to get that year of experience, they're probably going to start you over the road. So I really didn't. I had a choice, because I definitely had some options, but they just weren't paying what I wanted. So I did the on the road. I would say, and I'm sorry, go over that question one more time.
So, you get paid by the miles, right? So you had an opportunity to get paid by the hour also.
Mm-hmm.
So by the miles, on your delays, do you get paid on your delays?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I definitely get paid on my delays. So if they have us sitting for, say, 24 hours, then we get paid, I think it's 150, 175, somewhere in there. So every 24 hours, you get that 175. If you have to unload the truck, you get $100. Right now, I'm getting paid 56 cents per mile. And as long as you're doing at least 550 miles a day, that's pretty good pay. I mean, if you are really money hungry, I would say go for the over the road, because it's really whatever you put into it. Yeah, that's all.
So you get paid for you running as a team or you running as an individual?
Individual.
Oh, shit, you getting it all. Huh?
Right.
Yeah. So you can run as a team.
And
But you got to
we get a
really,
little bit more pay for that too.
yeah, you got to really trust that person, you know, because you're sleeping, you gotta sleep, right? And you don't know if that person can drive or not, so that's got to be a trust factor. Some companies like Swift, which I'm gonna tell you stay away from, right? They'll just put you in with anybody, and that'll be your training, right? And it's not good. Right? So I'm gonna tell you that off the rip. Right? Of course, when you have a Class A, you can drive Class B. We got the person that's coming in on Monday is they haul cement, right? Cement and rock. Well, they have the Class B truck, which if you got an A, you can drive B. But they also have the extended version, which is a combination vehicle where you couple to it and you pull that also, right? And they may pay. Some companies may pay by the load, by the day, by the pickup. Cement trucks, like if you're going out, they pay well too. It depends on what you want. It's something for everybody because there's a need for Class A drivers. So keep that in mind. So you got your job with CFI. You don't have to, but who was the next person in line if it wasn't to be CFI? Who would you say? No, I'm gonna go with the Lakers. I ain't gonna go with the Pistons. Who was that?
So if I wasn't gonna go with CFI, I was looking at Butler Transportation. That's another good company, Butler.
Is that over the road too, or is that?
Yeah, all of these are all the ones that I'm gonna give you is over the road. Butler Transportation was a good one. I'm trying to think. Is it Bison? I want to say it's Bison Transportation. It may be a different name. Pam. I believe it's National Carriers. They're based in Texas. That was another one I was looking at. And that's really it.
So what's your typical week like?
Typical week, like I say, I'm doing at least 550 miles every day. So my typical week is wake up 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, drive for about 10 hours, and then leave an hour to find parking. And then you're parked for the night, and then you wake up. Usually you'll get a load that same day. As soon as you find parking, they'll give you another load and let you know where you're going, so you can plot out your trip. And yeah, you pretty much driving for 10 hours a day.
So in context, let's say so he's getting up every day driving to Dallas, usually Dallas or Indianapolis, right? About 9 to 10 hours out, right? Then he's got to sit down because he's got to have his time off, right? And he can only work so many hours in a week to get his reset. But he's not going to Dallas and then coming back. He's going from Dallas to Denver to Iowa, from Iowa to Chicago, from Chicago home, right? Because he's over the road. So I want to make sure y'all understand that, right? You're not going down there and then coming home. Well, I mean, I guess you could, but you ain't gonna be making no money like that.
Right.
So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So now I'll just open it up for your questions, and then we'll go from there.
Do you see your family as much as you like being over the road?
I can't really say because I really just got out of my training, so I just got my truck this week, and this will be my first 2 weeks out on my own. During training, I was out for 5 weeks. The money was good. Definitely, you're getting $1,300, $1,400 a week. So I mean, you can do the math on that, but it's good money at the end of the day. As far as seeing your family, you're